The Russia-Ukraine war isn't just a clash of armies, it's a battle of narratives. Each side is attempting to sway global opinion to their favor. While both governments have their own propaganda, there are still questions which only in-depth research can answer. Why did Russia invade? How has the global community responded? And how will this war shape our future? Let's delve into these issues together. Alright, let's get started with something truly incredible. We're giving away $500 in cash to one lucky viewer right now. If you want to win, all you have to do is stay tuned until the end of the video. That's it. We'll pick one viewer at random and send them $500. How cool is that? So don't go anywhere. Let's start by examining why Russia decided to invade Ukraine. Now, it's just crucial to understand that Russia didn't suddenly decide to attack in 2022. This decision was the culmination of decades of strategic thinking by several generations of Russian leaders. One of the key factors driving Russia's actions was its desire to reassert control over its perceived sphere of influence. You see, after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, many Eastern European countries, including Poland, Hungary, and the Czech Republic, began aligning themselves more closely with the West, joining both NATO and the EU. This eastward expansion of Western alliances was seen as a threat in Moscow. And in 2007, Vladimir Putin explicitly expressed his concerns about NATO's encroachment on what he called Russia's front doorstep. From his perspective, Ukraine represented a critical buffer zone between Russia and the West. Controlling Ukraine would mean that NATO could never use it as a launchpad for potential attacks on Russia. It would also send a strong message to other former Soviet republics considering independence from Russia's sphere of influence. The idea of reuniting the fragmented Russian world has been a recurring theme in Putin's speeches, emphasizing the shared history, culture, and language among Slavic nations. Beyond security concerns, Russia's invasion can also be understood as an attempt to counter NATO's growing strength. Since the end of the Cold War, NATO has expanded to include many former Warsaw Pact members and has conducted operations around the world. This expansion, along with the prospect of Ukraine's membership, was seen as diminishing Russia's global standing and threatening its status as a great power. By invading Ukraine, Russia aimed to reassert its relevance on the world stage and remind NATO of its military capabilities. Additionally, the war served as a way to distract the Russian population from internal problems such as economic stagnation and political repression. By focusing on external threats, Putin has successfully rallied nationalist sentiment among many Russians, who see the war as a heroic struggle against Western aggression. The war has also provided a convenient scapegoat for Russia's economic woes, allowing the government to deflect blame for its own policies and mismanagement. Alright, so we've explored the reasons behind Russia's actions. European countries such as Poland, Germany, and the UK have also provided military assistance and opened their borders to Ukrainian refugees. Notably, countries like Sweden and Finland, which traditionally maintain neutrality, have applied for NATO membership, highlighting the war's impact on European security. These actions demonstrate a united front against Russia's aggression and aim to deter further aggression while supporting Ukraine's sovereignty. Sanctions imposed by the West have targeted various aspects of the Russian economy, including its banking system, energy sector, and trade. These measures have isolated Russia financially, restricted its access to global markets, and put pressure on its currency, the ruble. The long-term effects of these sanctions remain uncertain, but they have already had a significant impact on the Russian economy. The diplomatic response to the war has focused on isolating Russia on the global stage. Countries have condemned Russia's actions in international forums, suspended diplomatic relations with Russia, and recalled their ambassadors from Moscow. Efforts have been made to garner support from international organizations such as the United Nations and the International Court of Justice to legitimize Ukraine's position and condemn Russia's actions. Despite these efforts, diplomatic progress has been limited, and the war continues with no clear resolution in sight. As for how the war is likely to shape our future, it's evident that it has already had a profound impact on global politics and economics. The war has intensified existing global divisions between the West and Russia, creating a new Cold War. This division has been exacerbated by the flow of weapons, technology, and intelligence from Western countries to Ukraine, underscoring the growing distrust and rivalry between the two sides. Geopolitical implications extend beyond Europe as countries like China, India, and others navigate their relationships with both Russia and the West. The war has exposed vulnerabilities in the global supply chain, particularly in the areas of food and energy. Disruptions in agricultural trade, especially grain exports from the Black Sea region, have contributed to rising food prices worldwide. Similarly, the impact of sanctions on Russia's energy exports has affected European energy markets. These disruptions highlight the interconnectedness of the global economy and the potential consequences of geopolitical conflicts on everyday life. Furthermore, the war has accelerated technological advancements in military equipment and strategies. As Ukraine utilizes advanced weaponry and tactics, the conflict has become increasingly high-tech with the use of drones, artificial intelligence, and cyber warfare. These developments have implications for future conflicts and the evolving nature of warfare in the 21st century. In conclusion, the war in Ukraine has had far-reaching consequences that extend beyond the immediate conflict. It has reshaped global politics, economics, and security, creating new alliances, intensifying rivalries, and highlighting the interconnectedness of our world. As the war continues, its impacts will continue to unfold, reminding us of the complexities of international relations and the importance of diplomacy in resolving conflicts. Well, folks, we've come to the end of this journey through the Russia-Ukraine war. But before you go, here's your chance to win $500. Remember, all you have to do is stay tuned. And if you're watching this message now, you've automatically been entered into the draw. Our team will be picking one lucky viewer at random and contacting them directly. No spam, just good vibes and the chance to win some extra cash. So keep an eye on your notifications. You've got this. But our story doesn't end here. If you want to dive deeper into the world of global politics and economics, subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon. We've got a treasure trove of videos waiting for you. There's a lot going on in the world right now and we want you to be in the know. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and above all, stay hopeful, because knowledge is power and together we can make a difference.